Okay guys, Bermuda Grass Central here at the Hardware Huddle. I'm going to get straight to it, guys. It's all about the Optimow. We've seen the other products, but we got to see this one, right? All right, and Chad, explain to the people, make it, some of this stuff is going to get edited out, but make it as condensed as you can, but
sure,
with all the good information, and tell them about the Optimow.
Okay, well, robotic mowing in general is gaining popularity for a number of reasons in the US and Canada. We're late adopters. These things have been around since the mid-90s. But the idea behind any of the robotic mowing pieces that are out there is that we're a busier society. We need time back. And so that's really the big part of it. Now, what ends up being the benefits of it is when we look at kind of the turf grass experts tell us we should mow often, take little bits at a time. We shouldn't do stripes, and especially homeowners tend to do the exact same pattern every single time they mow the grass. So the Optimow goes out a couple times a week. It will take little tiny bits at a time. The micro mulch feeds the yard with the nutrients that are already in the yard. It deteriorates properly and gives it the nutrients that it needs to grow a healthier yard, and you're not using chemicals to do that. It moves in a random pattern, so you're not training the yard to grow in a certain direction. You're getting that kind of that carpet-like look for sure. And best of all, you're not doing it. So it goes out when you schedule it to go out. At Greenworks, what we were able to do is look at the market and look at the features that mattered to the customers when it came to what they want and expect out of a robotic mower. The things that are nice to haves compared to the things that are the have to haves. And so where we cut some things out were things like the human interface or the control panel and the keypads. Those displays and the keypads are expensive. We were able to take hundreds of dollars out of the unit because we all currently carry a control panel in our pocket every single day. So Optimow works off of
and the control panel being
your smartphone that then connects to the Greenworks app. And so here we're at the hardware huddle today. So I put this one in just temporarily, and here's Johnny Ringo, since we're at Ringo Fire, and then we can drill into that. And then what that does is it gives me into the schedule, the position of the mower is through GPS. We use 4G cellular connectivity from the mower to the cellular system. Gives me full access then to all the various settings in the mower. You have your security features like your PIN, your push notifications. We do things like rain guard and the frost guard. Those two features in our mower actually work off of, because it's connected, it actually pulls localized weather data. So for instance, the rain guard, if you have a low-lying area in your yard that is apt to flood in a heavy rain, you would turn that on, and because then the mower knows it's a heavy rainfall and that low-lying area potentially could be flooded, it just keeps itself parked at that point. The frost guard kind of works the same way, where if certain parts of the country we see that for instance, it's 80 during the day, but sometimes in the spring and the fall, you have those early morning frost potentials. Well, as we all know, you don't want to mow the grass when it's frosted. That damages the grass. So because of that localized weather data, because the mower knows where it's at, it would understand, oh, that potential of that temperature exists. I'm gonna stay parked. And then you have all your different push notifications. You can choose what info you want pushed from the mower to you. If somebody picks it up, error notifications, if somebody takes it outside the geofence, all those things are selected to you. We can set the distances on the guide wires. We have 2 guide wires in all of our mowers because here in the US, even though we do have some smaller yards, they're complex with landscaping and trees and things, so those guide wires kind of help navigate through those areas. How it gets home, the distance from the wire that it travels, all those things are adjustable here in the app as well. And then we have kind of an information screen that basically can be used by us and our customer care, that if you were experiencing an issue, we can look to see what software the mower is running. All of our software firmware for the mowers is done through over-the-air updates, so you don't take it back to a store or a dealer to have them plug it in to make sure that your mower is up to date. While it's parked in the parking garage overnight and connected, we'll push firmware in if there's an update. Maybe once a year we do an update just to kind of things that we've figured out that are it's just a little bit more efficient movement patterns and things. We can push those. Yep, we can push those in, and it doesn't require you to take it anywhere to make that happen. We do that over the air. So that was a big piece that we were able to take out, just because we all have that control panel in our pockets as a smartphone anyway. So for instance, this one is a high cut machine. It cuts from 2.5 to.
That's what I was about to ask you. What's the difference? Because this is a different model than for someone who had Bermuda grass per se.
Right. So what we have are technically two models in two cut height variants. So we have the Optimow 25, which is designed for about a 1/2 acre to a 3/4 acre lot. You put a house and a driveway on it, you're mowing about a 1/4 acre. This is the 50. It's designed for that 3/4 to 1 acre lot. Put a house and a driveway on it, you're mowing about 1/2 an acre. So the 25 and the 50 kind of refers to the acreage rating, performance rating of the mower. Then both of those are available in a regular cut height and a high cut height version. And the low cut goes from basically just under 1 inch to about 2.5. And then the high cut starts at 2.5 and goes up to a full 4. So by doing that, it makes it very easy to select a mower. For one, we don't have 9 different mowers to pick from. It's basically down to how high do you cut your grass and what size yard are you cutting.
There you go.
We know which one you need. But because of that, 2 models and 2 variants, we're able to basically then take care of any type of grass in North America, which is different than the rest of the world. A lot of the world just has grass. It's green and it's a mixture of whatever. We spend thousands of dollars to have a very specific breed put into our yards because that's what we like, or that's what works the best in our region or whatever. So we wanted to make sure that our customers can do what they need to do properly. And so that's kind of the reason we came out with the 4 models. We came out with two versions and two heights.
All right, guys. Now, we always want to know what it looks like up under it. So Chad is going to, make sure you hit that stop button before you do this.
Yes.
And we're going to flip it over and see what it looks like.
So a couple things we did in our price points where these things fall. And in this particular one, the 50 runs retails for $15.99. Comes with all the installation materials in the box with it. And that is actually kind of equivalent to some competitive units that sell upwards of $27.99 or more, with cellular connectivity, GPS navigation, all the various things that we've built into this are kind of those premium features. We're just sitting in that mid-price point area. One of the things that we've got, and here I'll just kind of give this a yank real quick.
All right, now he's taking off the exoskeleton.
So what these are some automotive style plungers that kind of hold the body on, and they connect to the stanchions on our lift and our impact sensors. So the collision sensors, there's an active in the front and an active in the rear, but it connects at all 4 points so that the floating body, no matter where it's pushed or impacted from, it moves all 4 of them, and then they engage with, it knows that it's run into something. The lower chassis then is kind of where it's IPX5 waterproof, which is great. I believe we're still the only one that's that rated from a waterproof perspective, which basically means you can use low pressure water to hose this off. So a garden hose with a regular nozzle, you can actually just spray this thing off and clean it.
Now, quick question. Now, I noticed you got the garage up there, but if they don't get the version with the garage, will this still be able to stay outside with all the rain and all that?
Again, the physical electronic components are sealed in an IPX5 rated chassis.
So a black box.
Right. So this doesn't, other than the weather data that it's getting for the rain sensor, it doesn't know that it's raining or not, because it doesn't matter to this. It'll run in the rain, it'll run in the sunshine, doesn't matter. So that's a big advantage for us. And then again, that we're using more of we don't get false collision because we're not assuming collision. We actually have collision sensors.
Okay.
You got your charging port up front, and then underneath is your blade disc.
Now this is what amazes people when they see
it's
teeny-weeny razor blades, guys, that actually, now are those sharpened on both sides?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because what'll happen is each time out of the base station, the blade disc will actually reverse direction. So we're actually using both sides of the blade based on which way it's spinning that particular time out.
Are you saying that when this thing comes out and cuts, I'm just making up something, it'll cut this one way one time, then
it goes this way, and then it goes back and it charges. Next time out, it's going to spin that way. Brushless motor technology is amazing.
Okay.
We can do all sorts of stuff.
And the bottom, is that where the battery goes?
That is your battery door, which is also a sealed area. And then this is actually the grab handle. So when you go to pick up a mower, even with the body on, you just reach up from underneath and pick it up.
All right. What's the life expectancy of this mower?
The main components, wheel motors, you know, things like blade motors, those brushless motors can take thousands of hours. So depending on where you live, how often you mow, how long of a season you mow for, you could easily be looking somewhere, you know, 5 to 7 years before you may have to do some kind of repair. You're not going to throw it away. Service parts are available for these. We have dealers that work on them. There's techie people that can work on them. That's you know, that's the great thing about electronics and robotics. A lot of it's just simply plug and play. You're not rebuilding a 2-stroke or 4-stroke engine. So
I got you.
So yeah, the components are out there, but the lifespan overall, I mean, you know, robotic mowers have been around a long time. Probably somewhere around 10-12 years is a true lifespan of ownership. A lot of people that get into this though, they like new techie things and the improvements that come out every 3 to 5 years. They're probably going to want to replace it before that because the next big thing will be out. I know.
I gotta get a new iPhone.
I know you're one of them.
I only had this for 6 months. So.
But overall, it's you know, it's cents per month to charge. These things are very energy efficient. And it's just, you know, there's no belts, no pulleys, no gas, no fumes. It's quiet. Mine actually runs overnight at my house, so
even though you just said what you said, why would I pick this mower and I am gas made? Why would I buy a battery operated lawnmower? It's not making sense.
It's giving your time back. That is the #1 thing behind the idea of robotic mowing. Is a national average is a little over 3 hours per week people spend to maintain their yards. Certain parts of the country, it's double and triple that on certain months of the year because of the growing season. If I can give you back 3 hours or more of your time, it's amazing the responses that people give you when you say, I'll give you 3 hours a week back, what are you going to do with it? We always figured I'm going to play golf and I'm going to go fishing.
No. If you're married, it's called honey-do list.
She got a honey-do list, exactly. And that was the thing that we found interesting is the HOA is telling you that the #1 thing on that list is your grass because you have to do that.
You gotta do that.
So the 7, 8, and 9 on the list kind of get ignored. So the shutters aren't painted or cleaned. The gutters aren't cleaned out. So when we were giving people that time back, what we saw is that they take pride in their home. That's why they're getting a robotic lawnmower anyway. And they went and spent that additional time on doing other home improvement projects and beautifying their home. So really at the end of the day, it's healthier for the yard, less chemicals are used in your yard. I can give you a million different reasons, but the top of that list is you're not involved in mowing the lawn anymore. You get some time back to do other things that are more important for you.
Okay, well, Chad, I appreciate it.
Mike, always a pleasure, man.
And guys, I'm gonna let you see a little footage of it moving back and forward.